Oh, hi. Hello. And welcome to the library. I think everything works. I think I did not forget to change the scene after the piano session from last time. Yes, it should be all right. Hello, and welcome here. I hope that you are doing well today. I'm doing well. I guess my voice is a bit, I don't know, tired from everything. Pro streamer here. Yes, I think I've even changed the name of the stream on Twitch because I'm a professional. But yeah, a bit. No, I'm doing fine. I'm just a bit tired, but because I feel like I did not have a real weekend. I was working just before on the pilot episode of Live of Their Books. Things are not completely ready yet, so a lot of work to iron some kinks. But it should be all right. So we are here for a new week of streaming. And that means a lot of fun ahead of us. A lot of classics, because we are continuing Layton and Dark Souls today and on Wednesday. And on Friday it will be a new things and hopefully a chill stream. Kink mentioned. So true. Mao, hello. I hope that you are doing well, Siggy. But yeah, I don't have like a lot to say. Today is quite sunny, but it has been the case for the last few days. And I'm pretty happy with that, although it's a bit cold outside. So there's this is, the weird moment when spring is coming, but it's not yet spring, so you can't really, feel comfortable going outside in lighter clothes, I guess. But also, I guess it tells a lot about the discussion of what spring is, because you can put spring in early February, especially if you are in Asia, for example. Hey, hello, Pali. This is true, this is carnival, but we are not doing that here because I completely forgot about that, since now I'm a functional adult and I don't have to do it like for school. But yeah, I guess exactly, like carnival is also like the coming of spring, or it can be a bit later depending on where you live, depending on what your beliefs are. So I don't know. I mean, I can try to have like a carnival hat, but let me check. I know, I'm searching for something. You have caught me off guard. I don't know what to do. Fastlaven, or whatever it's pronounced. I don't know. Do we have like interesting things in here? I don't. Can I have like just a picture of? I love Illustoya, but sometimes it's not the easiest to search for interesting things. I thought about warning you ahead, but I think doing it live is funnier. Yeah, I guess so. You want me to lose some time doing it, and I understand. I need to search for something. I mean, I see a top hat here, so we would be like, on topic with Layton, but maybe we can find something a bit more funny. What are you? Is it that hard to find like a hat a good hat in PNG? Get a Layton disguise, just do that. Wait. This will be slightly annoying, I guess. Let me change that on. This is so annoying. I'm losing it. Yeah, please. Just deselect that, please. I beg of you, please. Yeah, get rid of that. I don't know what I'm doing. You can export that as a PNG. We call that top hat. Top hat. Really, my chat making me work so hard, like when I was expecting, you know, very chill stream with minimal interaction or something like that. Layton bold. I mean, I can make my model bold, but you don't want to see that, and I don't want to see that, so we'll not do that, I guess. So I guess now what I want to do is basically... She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know. I guess we'll do that. I guess it works like this, but... Okay, I see the vision. Can you add something here, or you like... I'm going crazy. She's completely... What is she... What is she doing even? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what she's doing. I don't know. I'm completely locked out of streaming right now. I don't know what to do. And because I need to... yeah, we're really making my life hard right now, I guess. Okay. But the problem is... No, be a bit more... there's something else. This is funny. You can see the hat bouncing like crazy. Okay, we'll do something else. I think it might be a bit more... intelligent, perhaps. Top hat. You take top hat here. And then I need you the same way. What is she doing? I don't know. You cannot see the top hat for now, but don't worry. I'm a professional, maybe. But I don't want you to blink. So can I like remove the blinking, please? Yeah, like this. And then I need to move things. You need to go that way. Perhaps like this? Okay. Blinking hat. And then I need to try to move things properly. What are we doing even? I don't know. Be nice to me. I don't know what I'm doing. And my model is... but it makes me move everything. I'm losing it. This is crazy. What are we doing even? I don't want to move my entire setup, so I'll just like scale things down. It will be a small top hat, something like that. I don't care. I don't care. I'm tired. I want to go home. I want to finish this stream. Something like that. I don't know. Leave me alone. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, something like that. I don't know. Please stop it. Okay, we go to the game. The yap has been inexistent right here because I've been caught in something that really caught me off guard. So yeah. So you will see nothing of the top screen, but I think it's perfect. I think it's fitting. I can move a little bit down maybe. You always have the Our beloved cheetah, of course. We can. Okay, you go out. You go out. You go out. We got here. Okay. So we are here. Tell me if the sound of the game is a bit too loud, but I think it should be alright. It's the same setup as last time. Final Fantasy XIV devs adding hats for Viera. So true. So true. If you can remember what happened last time, we saw that I believe Ramon got back by himself after we saw like the horrific vision of him being in a bag earlier. And right now, well, we wanted to do like a search for Ramon, I believe, last night, but Chelny was like, no, we cannot investigate at night because it's so dumb. Layton was like, damn, this Chelny cable is so crazy, so dumb. But I don't agree with him, but we were tired, so we went to the inn to rest, and we did spend some time with what are you talking about in the chat? This is crazy. We talked to Beatrice, right? You're Beatrice. A big strong man such as myself, yes. But fret not, Mama Beatrice has... You can't see anything with my hat. This is crazy. I'm losing it. I have to scale myself down. Oh, you won't see. Okay. Mama Beatrice has just a cure. I will be awaiting your return tonight with a hot meal. A hot meal. You can ask yourself what she means by that. Shibiabi, one day, if, you know, when I have the money to get like a Shibi model, I'll get some. I'll get one. So perhaps, well, do you have a puzzle maybe? Station. We are getting used to Samister, so true. Stay sharp. You'll be buried in all sorts of difficult puzzles before you can shout, Station Scarfen. By now, I'm sure you've realized that you can retry the puzzles you failed to solve. I mean, maybe we would never have realized that if we did not fail, like, you know, utter fools, this particular puzzle with the stamps. I'm still, you know, salty about it. However, have you noticed how some puzzles just seem to vanish before you can back... Well, we know about that. We know. Yes, we know about Granny Riddletown. This is fine. Leave me alone. No honor in laziness. But you have a puzzle, okay. The Lazy Guard. The local museum has an exhibit that spawns night rooms as shown in the diagram below. The entrance to the complex is marked by A and the exit is marked B. The security guard on duty is a bit lazy and wants to walk each room of the exhibit while turning as few times as possible. What is the fewest number of turns he can make while still visiting every room? What is the fewest number of turns he can make while visiting every room? I believe that in this particular setup, if we think inside of the box, this is like what is on the screen is the optimal path. If we are making, you know, perpendicular or like 19 degrees turns. But because the rooms are open this way, and I don't think it is graph theory, because we can just do this. And you should be able to solve that by just doing 2 turns. It's like this famous puzzle, I think. There was a famous puzzle about like joining points with a minimal number of lines, I believe, and you have to go outside of the. You can go beyond. I mean the points. I mean the dots to solve the puzzle, and I think it's the same thing. So 2 turns seems to be my answer here.
There we go.
Imagine failing on this puzzle.
Puzzle solved.
Very good. Exactly, that's what we have said. Seems the training I've been giving you has paid off. What training? You trained this... when? Anywho, I'll be seeing you around. A desk. I don't know, maybe Layton? I think your answer is correct, but I would be afraid that the game would actually not because the door doesn't align perfectly or some stupid things. I think they made like big doors to really hint that you can do that. Well, it feels like very much what a Layton game would expect of you. I mean, in terms of answering, you know, an answer to a Layton puzzle. And by the way, I'll be very interested in what the puzzles for the next Layton will be, because it's not the same puzzle teams. It's like a collective right now of students, not students, but like puzzle makers. I think they are based in Tokyo University, and they have a channel where they do like puzzles and things like that, a YouTube channel. And that will be interesting to see if like the puzzle style will change or not based on that. This is a pretty famous group of people, to be honest. My thinking cap. Okay, cut which one? Below are 6 linked rings. They may look like a tangled mess, but there is one ring that if you cut away would leave the remaining 5 rings connected end to end in a long chain. Which one must you cut in order to make the chain? Choose one answer from below. I mean, we are just checking the overlapping of the rings, parts of the rings, I mean. Like, for example, C and B are obviously linked together. B is linked with A. What if I cut B? If I cut B, then we'll have an issue because F is only connected to E. If F is only connected to E, it means that you have to be on the end of the section. So we can like go back from there. So F, E, E is connected to D and connected to C. And we know that C is connected to B. Okay, and D is connected to B and A. So I guess we have to cut like D in any case, because B is then connected with A and it works. Yes.
Luke, here's my answer.
What was she talking about?
Critical thinking is the key to success.
I mean, yes, it's just open your eyes. How can you be stuck on this for days? Like, there were literally 6 answers. You can try them all, even if you lose like pickrats, right? Eyes? Looking in this economy? Paying attention to things? The old man with a sack, that's what we saw on the last stream. I bet you anything you like that he's the one behind all these disappearances. Not to be racist, but... Look at that, what do you mean? Okay, you have to complete your sentence. You have to complete your sentence. And you have to do that while respecting the rules of this stream. Tell me more. Tell me more. A pile of book. I don't know. Is this kind of latent here, no? I'm waiting for the answer. I'm not even sure he's human, to be honest. Does he know? Be looking like turn from. I'm so tired. I can't even read the chat. Like, it feels like an inhuman effort. A scrap of notepaper. It's just terrible. Lady Viola has an awful case of the flu and hasn't left her bed for days. That's why you should take your vaccine shot, by the way. I'm so tired. I cannot read what's in Luke's hand. I'm no doctor, so I can't think of any way to help her. But do you have to be a doctor to, like, help someone from the flu? I mean, okay, maybe you... I mean, it's not like there's a magical solution to the flu, right? You just... This is crazy. Just rest. Just drink some water and... You know? I mean, if your fever is not breaking when you take, like, antalgics, I understand that there's an issue, but... I cannot make you some warm soup and bring you water. I'm not a doctor. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is why we should not trust men. This entry must be talking about Baron Reinhold's first wife. +2. My heart is heavy as I write these words. The loss of his voice has completely crushed the boss. So you're not like you were like the attendant. What do you mean? So you're like a butler and you don't even know how to handle someone having like a flu. Why were you hired? What's your problem? Why are we paying you? What are we paying you for? He walks around looking like he's had the wind knocked out of him. Okay? And that's the end. Whoever wrote this must have cared an awful lot for the Baron and his family. No! They did not! That's the problem! They did not care for them! They let the lady die from the flu! How? So let's go there. Sorry, I'm not a sound technician. +2. I'm losing it. I bet you're here to solve my puzzle. No, I'm here to complain about people that not knowing like the bare minimum to be alive in this society. This is not the Middle Ages. The longest path. 50 picarats though. My two boys are playing a game in which the goal is to take the longest route possible from point A to point B, as shown on the map below. The only rule is that no section of the road can be traversed more than once. What course should they take in order to cover the longest distance possible between point A and point B? Can I? No, I can't think outside of the box. We need to follow the road. Not only this town is puzzle land, it is a heaven for the cheetah. You can sell the licenses to everyone because it seems you cannot even brush your own teeth if you're not a licensed odontologist. So true. I mean, okay, the idea to maximize distance is basically to come back. Okay, so if we consider, we can begin from B or to A, like it doesn't matter. Let's say that the origin is B. The shortest path, the shortest distance in this scenario would be 2 if like 1 is if the side of like this entire square is 1, because you have like a distance. Well, the distance is literally square root of 2, right? Between point B and point A if you are going, if you're flying over the town. So what you want to do to maximize the distance is always coming back to the origin in some ways. So for example, if we do this, we are obviously maximizing the distance because we are kind of doubling the horizontal distance that we had to walk. So I guess we need to always find a way to come back to the origin. Go outside the map and travel the whole world. That was kind of what I thought, to be honest. But this is not such puzzle. So maybe we can do this, and instead of finishing, obviously we come back here, and we are kind of like winding through the... But if I do that, I think I'm like missing some... Yeah, we can like maybe go like this. Is it the shortest path? I think so, because in this particular scenario, there's only like a few roads that we haven't taken, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little sections, and I don't think we can squeeze, or maybe a bit more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. I don't think we can do more than that. Like, this is losing too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this was like optimal. It would be interesting to find a way to prove that mathematically, but yeah, it feels like it's the shortest path. If it's not, then I'm losing it.
There we go.
Okay. This was like an easy
Another
puzzle for
puzzle
something that, you know, was 50 carats, but what do I know? Speaking of leisurely strolls, have you not been outside today? If it's sunny, why not go for a nice walk? Have you touched some grass today, chat? I did. At the very least, I did. I did. You did. You are saved. No sun, though. Very sad. Even that puzzle didn't faze you, huh? You're a pro. A real piece of work. Isn't a real piece of work something kind of derogatory, though, in English? I think you are taking all the long paths and leaving most of the short paths, while the second you were leaving some long ones, which feels intuitively correct. Could still be wrong, though. I think so. But this is obviously not like a mathematical proof, obviously. Usually, yes. So we should like kind of like beat Marco up, right? Because you are a scholar after all. Oh yeah, so scholars are real pieces of work. I see, I see. Do we have like new puzzles? Oh. Just a coin, I guess. Unless you want to be the problem. Do I want to be the problem? I don't know. This is not very Layton-esque to be the problem. Claudia, a little cat, catty. Well, if it isn't Claudia, out and about. And that reminds me of a puzzle. Give it a try, my boy. My boy. Waiting cats. There are 3 different colors of toy cats, each color having a different weight. Example 1 and 2 show their relative weights. You have 3 red cats and 4 black cats on one side of the scale, and 4 white cats and 1 black cat on the other. Given this setup, what will the scale do? Okay. So we can basically, my boy. We can basically, oh, this is annoying because we have like 3... we can kind of replace things more easily, right? For example, we know that 3 here, those 3 reds are basically a black, well, 2 blacks and a white, which give us 6 blacks and 1 white. And we know that 5 blacks or 4 whites. So you have like basically 4 whites and 2 blacks left. So it has to lean left. You're in the game. So many cats. And we'll have a cat game on Friday as well.
I did it!
Since we're playing pseudo cats. 5 flashing full of. Goddess, help me. My chat is going crazy. Mark your bingos. You are in charge of the bingos. I'm not, helping you do that. You have to take your bingo by yourself and fill it every session. I cannot monitor you on that. 2020 PTSD. It's not a terribly difficult problem. No, it's not. Let's continue. I guess we just go inside, right? Let's go up. Oh! Are you trying to poison me? You owe some butler you are. Incredible sprite. I'm so sorry, sir. I detest cakes. The very sight of them turns my stomach. Get that plate out of here at once. But of course... my mobile connection isn't very good and I have to do this work thing I'm getting paid for, so I'll leave for now and I wish everyone a lovely stream. Thank you for coming at least a little bit, and I hope you'll have a good day and I'll see you and I'll talk to you later. So thank you and bye-bye. Waste management. Damn. Interfering in my case, are we? Go chase after that golden apple or whatever it is. His hairline is level with his shoulder. Very true. But that's the charm of Layton design, I believe. I'll find Simon's killer. Of that, you can be sure. Huh. I've got work to do here. You are in this, like, parlor for the entire game. Are you working? But I guess, like, you're kind of a Scotland inspector, right? So maybe it's normal for you not to work. I don't like him one bit. Let's ask Damon about yesterday. But was there like some interesting things though? No. Oh, Professor, you just simply have to help me. I've got another puzzle on my hands I just can't solve. As a man of the world, you know there is nothing... I mean... he's not saying, you know, something wrong. But... and I leave the rest as an exercise to the reader. my eternal bachelor food. This is crazy. Okay. Pin board shapes. The cross shape on the pin board below has 9 pins inside it and 16 outside it. Remember that example because now it's your turn to construct a shape on the board. Can you create a cross that has 17 pins inside and 16 outside it? Feel free to make your cross any size you like. I mean, Layton is very attractive. Yes, I do agree. And hello, May. It's so nice to see you here. You better not stand in front of Chelmy because you're such a delicious. Are you like raising me in my chat without any shame? This is. Are you crazy? I think you're streaming later today, right, May? You're streaming Little Nightmares, if I remember correctly. Yes, losing it. Okay, so let's make our thing. Okay, so okay. So we know we have to make 17 inside, which means that like most of the center, I guess, will be taken by pins. Do you want me to raise you outside of your chat? I mean, this is your mod, by the way. So true. I mean, what is, the Discord server is full of interesting people doing interesting things and interesting reads. Yeah, but I'm going to enjoy this for a bit as a viewer. Well, thank you. I'll probably, I have things to do after the stream, so I'll probably hang in yours as well. So we need to create a cross with like the center, most of the center of the board being inside the cross. So the idea is, I mean, we can do like a cross like this, right? But in this particular scenario, and calling it a cross, although it's technically correct, is kind of a stretch. I think we have like obviously too many pins inside. But if we are kind of reducing it, I believe by cross they are asking for something that is respecting central symmetry, right? Like this is not a cross for them, maybe. And again, 16 outside. 16 outside. How are you? 16 outside. In this, we need like 4 on. If we do this, we have like a shape where we have 4 on each corner, I guess. Let's count inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Am I crazy? 5, 10, 13. No, it works. It's my job to hype the streamer. The sword is also a glow stick for cheering. So that's why people wanted like the mod sword on a previous stream, right? I think this works.
That should do it. Every puzzle has an
But
answer.
know that I'm always very grateful for your presence in this stream and for your upbeat personality. It makes streaming so much easier, I guess. Thanks, old boy. Who are you calling old boy now? Who are you calling old boy? I'm losing it. You're breezing through these. I think we had like a good run. For now, we have failed on just one puzzle, just because like I was extremely dumb and I misread I wanted to say exercise. But I think so. And this is not the first time I'm playing the game. Also, I've played the entire series. but I felt like it was a good way to revisit the early Laytons because I felt very nostalgic and I kind of want to play them again before the new one is released on the Switch 2, right? I think I need a Miyabi sticker emoji pointing at the screen doing a that's it. I mean, we are doing, when we are hitting affiliate, we are doing an art stream and we'll try to do, you know, different things. Mia big brain. Thank you. I try my best at the very least. Wall clock, probably for Layton, right? Do you have a puzzle, Chalmi, or are you just here to? I mean, if you do have a puzzle, you're just lazing around. Like you're not investigating right now. Failing a puzzle, failing to read. I mean, this is true. We found the good solution. It's just that, okay, no, I'm not justifying myself because it's like I'm digging my own grave. A tricky inheritance. A man made a rather unusual stipulation in his will regarding which of his 3 sons would inherit his estate. To the one who can work out the area of this triangular section of my estate, I bestow the entire inheritance. Now the man has passed away, and his sons are at a loss. Finding the area of his perfectly square estate is easy, but no one can find the area of the triangle. This is very typically... Don't read the chat, don't read the chat. Do you have an inspector license to tell Jeremy what to do? I mean, we can forge one at some point. Okay, so this is very close to what we would do during the when in my days I was doing maths, some high maths for the international Olympiads of mathematics, and this is the type of puzzles that we would do. Okay. Everyone seems to be so obsessed with puzzles in this universe. Yes, and there's probably like an explanation, but do you know it? So I think we can start with doing that. With doing this cut here. We do have a symmetrical, well, I guess isosceles triangle, something like that in English. So this is something interesting. I don't think it's useful right now, but we should probably keep that in mind. What is interesting here is that this particular area on the top left is easy to calculate. It's just half of the square here, so this will be pretty easy. And to be fair, the rest is also pretty easy, because if we cut that way the field, then we know that this section here is basically equal to this section here. That's the rule of the angles, the opposite angles being equal. So what we can do is put those triangles here, and they will fill this particular square on the bottom right. So what we need to do is simply to take like a quarter of this, and we just have to calculate 2 squares and a half. We know that like 1 square is 10 by 10, so it's 100, and then we take half of that and we add it to the previous result, and we should have like 150. Yes, and I hope that if I'm losing it on this puzzle after this explanation, the stream is ending. We are fine, because I know maths. Well, I guess this is, yeah, we solved it the same way. Impressive, Mr. Layton. It seems the rumors touting your skill weren't totally unfounded. Do the smart thing and leave the detective work to me. Lady Dahlia, do you have a puzzle? Isn't it easy to do area of the square minus area of the yellow triangles? You lost me. I guess doing Pythagoras' theorem is too advanced for Layton. This is the different thing. is that you can do Pythagoras theorem, but in maths, what we do, we're not searching for the brute force method. If you have like an easier method, you should use the easier method. And okay, we are going, if you have in your bingo, like she's going on another screen, we'll go to another screen, but I need to open something that maybe you're in my old email from back when I was doing some interesting things. Pythagoras theorem is kind of easy, yes, but you are brute forcing the puzzle when there's like an easier way to do it. And that's basically what we learn with the angle chase. This is like slightly annoying, the way it's rotated. I don't like it. Can I do this? No, maybe I have like a better example. This is like combinatorics, and this is not what we want. We want like... we're not. I know you're not seeing it, but I'm also like preparing things because I don't want to dox myself, right? Please. This is like the worst example. Nobody will understand anything about this, but I guess that's also my style. You remember when I was like, oh, you can like solve this, you can explain this with like this gold thumb of Miyai. And the explanation was more complicated than the actual puzzle. Okay, so let's go to here. You can probably... Okay, see that. Okay. Don't worry. Are you telling me you don't live in the library? I do know. So basically what we did like back then was kind of these sorts of puzzle. And the idea is always to calculate like angles or distances with like a very, I don't know, very basic figure at the start. But then it would get a bit more complicated. I don't think you can see my cursor, by the way. I need to, or can you? I don't know. I feel like you cannot see my cursor, but maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. Okay, you can. And the idea of what we did back then was to create figures, to try to do symmetry and other things that would help us like identify more easily some triangles. For example, in this particular exercise, we kind of like the basic figure was like A, B, C, D. And we would add like some other points, I guess, and edges and vertices to be able to find like some easy and elegant way to solve that. And in this particular example, you can see that, and this is not me writing, by the way, this is not my solution to this particular problem. This is not my writing. We are building like, for example, a triangle like, well, two right triangles here with the H point that has been added because it helps us like create some angles here that are the same. And we are kind of doing the same thing here by doing like a trisection of the CBA angle here, because we know that like this angle X is equal to this one and this one in the middle as well for various reasons. And that's what we called like angle chasing. And basically what we did in geometry was to limit as much as possible the actual numerical value. You only compute values at the end when you have like a very perfect picture of what you have what the figure is. Because if you're starting to do like the Pythagoras theorem at first, then you're making your life a bit more complicated. And we are talking about Pythagoras, but you may be using Thales theorem and things like that, or even like more powerful trigonometric tools like sine, cosine, and tangent, but you're crunching the numbers a bit too early when you can like try to simplify the problem and have like an easier thing that you have to that you need to solve at the end. And basically what we said when we were doing maths in this club was that mathematicians are lazy. We really just want to do the minimal amount of calculation, and it's fine to crunch numbers, but that's mostly something that you let the calculator do. There's like the beauty of maths for us came from the early the early thinking and just setting the stage for, you know, the final steps that are more mechanical, let's say. So both methods are working, but I think it's a difference of philosophy and of what we are trying to do with like a puzzle. What is really a puzzle, a problem for us? And for us, it was a way to be smarter, to think more elegantly, instead of, you know, just having like 3 pages of calculations. But I'm not saying that you are wrong. I just think that I'm reaching the answer a bit more quick than you. Whatever. Let's go back to the game. And that's why we shouldn't talk about maths, because then I'm talking about all those things and chat is confused and nobody is talking anymore, and I don't know what we're doing here. This is way easier than just doing. This is way easier than just doing. So you're basically doing the entire plus 2. But you're doing the same. You need to rearrange the shapes to be able to do that, right? Because, okay, you're doing like 20 by 20 is like, but... Okay, we'll get back into your message a bit earlier when we'll go to the puzzle again. I think my teacher also said mathematics are lazy, but that didn't help me at math. Because the way it depends on where you live in the globe, right? Because like maths programs are a bit, I mean, curriculums are a bit different all across the world. But the problem in most of math curriculum is that they don't explain why we are doing this and how we can simplify the things. For example, so I come from France, and in France we have this problem where we are teaching high schoolers derivation, but we're teaching derivation before we teach them what a limit is. And it's so dumb, because like the definition of like the pure definition of derivation comes from the concept of limit. And we're kind of building, you know, knowledge without having like very strong foundations. And because of that, like, I think that students are not able to, because they don't have all the tools the necessary tools in their toolkit, they are not then able to use them to be able to solve puzzles or problems in an elegant way. And I really think that a lot of people hate maths, and it's fine, but just because they have been taught in like such a bad way, and it's not necessarily the fault of the teacher, but more often than not the fault of the curriculum. Because like in France we had like a reform of like the math curriculum in the 70s basically, and it tried to simplify a lot of things, but by simplifying things it also like made some inconsistency between the concepts. And I think that learning maths right now is harder than before the 70s, because you don't have this real foundational knowledge. I think your method makes sense, but this problem is too simple to be worth learning other methods. In this case, probably, but that's also like the beauty of Layton. You can solve the things and the puzzles in different ways. We didn't learn limits first and later derivation. The problem, in my opinion, is that we had no real use for derivation at that point. what if you want to calculate the area under the curve, but we never applied it to any real problem, just pure calculation? I think this is also, yes, this is also true. There's this whole idea of what do we want to do? I mean, if you want to calculate the area under the curve, it's like integration or derivation, but there's like so many useful things that you can do with like calculus in general. And it's so sad that like we don't have the time to teach students what we can really do with like calculation, because you can use probability, you can use a lot of those skills, or no, they are like mathematical concepts, but they are also methods worth learning. And I think we are teaching students in a very bad way what they can do with math and thinking in general, and that's a bit sad. Going into smaller math groups also help a lot. I mean, that's the case for, I do agree, but I think that's the case for all topics, right? In here, like classes, it's like you have classes of 35 students now, and I think it's insane. Like normally, I think a good effective would be like, I don't know, maybe you have like 20 people max in a class, and it helps you being more there for like the children, for the students, and you can focus on like more precise points. And unfortunately nowadays we don't see those type of classes very often, and it's very sad. And yeah, I just think that it's sad that people hate maths, not because of maths, but because of the way we are teaching it, because it's such a useful tool to have like in your daily life. We did not learn maths as tools to solve problems, it was just teaching tools for the sake of the tool. Yes. I think the good numbers, but were very hard to achieve, is 20 students per lecture and 10 for practicals. Yes, that's basically what we had in college, in my group. But it was also special because like the practicals, you can choose them, you had like many practicals and you go only to a few of them, and because of that, like it spreads the students in different groups, or we call that like an injection, like you're in from the set of the students to like the set of the practicals, there's like an injection, an injective function. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, we should probably like do the puzzle maybe. No, I don't. Plus two. What is she talking about? And I want to say maths is not even like in my, specialties right now. I'm doing history and anthropology. I'm just yapping about maths because I think it's fun. Mother's age. A father and son. Oh, and by the way, I did not comment about like this puzzle not being, well, the previous puzzle not being like in the US. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, I think like this bit is getting a bit old. So a father and son are having a conversation. The father turns to the son and says, son, when there was a time when I was twice the age of your mother. Of course, the next year I was only 1.5 times her age. But still, that's pretty amazing, eh? I was only 1.5 times her age? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? The next year I was only 1.5 times her age. I just wanted to check that what puzzle did they have in the US. Yeah, I don't remember that. You have the list, but like, I gave up. You're all just too locked into not making jokes and serious math talk only. I mean, this is kind of, the running gag for this stream, right? Because we had the talk about like Eulers and the bridges of Königsberg. So I'm just the best at this inherited child of mathematicians. This is true. Okay, so I was only 1.5 times her age. You had a double before, so like, I guess like, if she was 1, then you were 2, and then she was 2, and you were 3, and then like, it's indeed Well, I mean, it's on the in the other way, but it's like you know what I mean. So if the father is 44 years old, how old is the mother? The mother has to be 33.
That should do it.
Dee-dum, dee-dum, dee-dum.
Every
Easy.
puzzle has an answer.
Oh yes, I was like 1.5. What are you talking about? But yes, you're talking about like Sigrid and how like Danish people are counting. Yeah, of course. I was not exactly here for this discussion on the server, by the way. What a relief, I can finally stop thinking about that silly puzzle. You have my thanks. Well, thank you. So is this everything in here? I like to be left alone and collect my thoughts. Okay. Do you have something to say, Chalmi? Donkey Kong in chat +2. We should play some Donkey Kong at some point. Just let me do my job. Do you already have another puzzle? It has been like 5 minutes. I'll never find a bride. Maybe, you know, this is fate. Maybe you should be... It's fated that you will never find someone, you know, to live with. And it's fine. There's like bliss in being free from, you know, domestic shackles. Being in a relationship is not an end in itself. You have a single sheet of balsa wood as shown in the diagram below. Your job is to cut the wood along the dotted lines so that you end up with 4 identical pieces. You can rotate the pieces after cutting, but you cannot flip them over. Let's chop. Because obviously, like the intuitive idea would be to do some central symmetry, but the problem is that we need to flip them in order for them to be equivalent. A math better than relationships. So true. The brain to be a muscle and a man has not exercise a day in his life. I don't know what to say. The problem is not that, you know, I think the problem is not that he's not solving the puzzle. He's not that, you know, he's lazy. +2, no, I don't think it's a +2, because like you say, pardon the fat phobia, and we are not pardoning that in this chat. This is not okay. You had to do another joke. But this one, I think, as a streamer, I feel like I need to clean, like, I need to clean your mess after this message. I'm not happy with that. Okay, so if the idea plus pi +2, if the idea is to not flip the pieces, then we need to find another shape. It's Let's think about like symmetry still. There's also an interesting thing here, is that we can create shapes like this, right? And they're all equivalent. Oh. But that solves the puzzle, right? Yes.
That should do it. Every puzzle
Based
has
Layton.
an answer.
Okay. Happy day. I'm confident that no woman will be able to resist me. Okay, so now you can do, you know, another joke, but you have to be careful. But there's a joke to be made here. Bidding my loneliness goodbye before I know it. I'm not sure. No woman will be able to resist running away +2. And is this like really a pickup line? Like I've been solving this puzzle, and you show like this puzzle but like cutting pieces of wood. Does it work like in real life? Any eligible bachelorettes you might meet on your travels? I need to know like the Japanese text for like those dialogues because it's kind of insane. Eligible bachelorettes? Do we have some eligible bachelorettes in chat? For our dear Gordon? Only if she's a carpenter, +2. I mean, we can search like for a... Where? I don't even want to know. But then he can't explain how he did. Yeah, exactly. You should like give the it's like, again, we are back to maths. The answer doesn't matter. It's like the method. I solved this Sudoku with only one empty square for 3 months, but I finally solved it. Aren't you in love with me now? I'm not in love, but I'm proud of you. Blue one. I mean, I think it's like we're going back to also this discussion. It's about the yap. You should be able to be yapping. You should be able to be enthusiastic about like things. And it's about the journey. It's not the destination. A man with a hat came and told me the answer. Vivacious as a violin. I should play some violin again at some point in my life. But my violin is completely out of shape. I need to go to the music store to be able to restore it. He doesn't seem to remember anything. This was crazy. Out of shape. Yeah, I think like the strings, or at least like one of the string is broken and the rest is like really, you know... I need to tune this violin. He has no idea what happened. Again, you understand why like little Nyabi was like afraid by this. I heard math and music go hand in hand in some ways. Is it true? It's true to some degree. It depends on what type of music you're doing, but at its core, composing music is some sort of math. There's like obviously an art, but you're basically playing with intervals and trying to, I don't know. It's a bit too complicated to explain here, and maybe that's like the topic of an entire stream. But yes, basically you are playing with like distances between notes, right? And this can be expressed to some degree with maths. And as Siggy is saying, there's like a polyrhythmic, and that's basically when you have like different, rhythm, that's in the name of the word, but for example, you have like 3 beats in your left hand and 4 beats in your right hand, and you're trying to fit things together, and there's also mathematical relationships between that, so it's interesting. So you can do like music with a lot of maths, and it's also like a big part of a certain branch of modern music, but you can play music without, you know, having to know all the intervals and things like that. So it really depends on how deep you want to go into the rabbit hole. When you also have to solve polynomials while playing +2. It's like saying you can describe anything using math, but that doesn't mean math can help you creating it. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Exactly. It depends on the type of music you're creating and how maths has been embedded in this particular style of composition. But it's good, like, if you want to go like deep into musical theory, I think it's good to have a little bit of math background, because it helps you with certain things like harmonics, because basically like music is about waves, right? Waves in the air, and waves have a frequency. That's what you call, that's basically what is called the hertz. That's the rate of the frequency. Let's not go into the details here. And different frequencies will make different type of sounds, and you have like harmonics, which are always a multiple of a certain frequency. So if you have a frequency, let's say of, I don't know, it's X. If you have like the same sound, well, the sound, but like for the frequency of 2X, they will sound nice together because they kind of fit together. They are multiple of each other, and that's what you call the harmonics. You don't need to know that when you're, singing or playing music, but there are mathematical relationships in music that can be useful when you're composing or when you're thinking about, certain deeper concepts, I guess. We are really not progressing in the game. That's like peak Layton stream. We're always yapping about so many things. We need to find a clue that will bring us closer to the golden apple. So maybe we should see... Exactly, Matthew, right? The hunt begins. The golden apple, and that's why the stream is called To the Fairest, because it comes from, well, I want to see if people know about it in chat before I give the answer. So we're going back into the mansion if we want to talk with Matthew. What was the question? Why is the stream called To the Fairest? The Trojan War, the Golden Apple, yes, indeed. Nice hat, thank you very much. It has been forced into me by the chat. Ares gave cause to discord among the goddesses, exactly. We have a scholar in the chat. I was thinking of jokes involving scene, the typical Rani. Strummer is cute, thank you so much. You're cute too, Siggy. And so who won the golden apple then? Can someone in chat tell me who won the apple? Did the Baron say anything before he passed away? The Beatles. If only Ingrid was around to provide some assistance. I beg your pardon, sir, but Ingrid... Oh, it has been years since she left, but Ingrid used to work as a servant in the mansion. She was Flora's nurse. Blah, 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 blah. Matthew! Why is there a leopard with glasses and a driver license? This is Miyabi's law. And... I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. It happened during the Soleil stream, and I don't know. Ingrid, such a good... I love Ingrid as a name. It's such a good name. I think like part of me wanted to have like a child called Ingrid. But maybe I'm just... I don't know. People told me that I was weird, but I think it's really a cute name. So let's see the nurse. Mama Cheetah and the child named Pet Boulevard. I'm losing it. It's a Yakuza leopard. Yes, that's basically it, because he's forging driver licenses. Isn't Ingrid that sweet old lady we passed by before? It is. It is. Come, Luke, let's go and find the old girl. Too much Miyabi for today. We are only starting, though. It has been like not even 1 hour and a half. And we already talked about mathematics and all kind of things. I don't know, I'm losing it. So I guess we are going in the town, in the village. Ingrid. This is Mr. Layabout, was it? The name's Layton, madame. Mr. Layton. Talking about the butler in Reinhold's Manor. I think it's also a bit weird that sometimes like the text is in here, but like I think the way we have set up the screens, it's good for puzzles, but it's not really good for dialogues, but I'm like too lazy to switch around every time. It's very chill though, don't mind the talks. That's kind of what we are known for here. We are basically yappers. And like I do believe that I'm a decent yapper, but my chat like is a crazy collection of yappers as well. But I'm very glad that you enjoyed the atmosphere here. I think we had like we have a nice thing going on. So drink Soleil Cheetah, you have to. I won't read that, but yeah, basically that's the whole thing. And since then, it has been like a constant companion of the stream. You want to hear about the Baron? I'm afraid the only stories I have are from when I worked at the manor, and that was ages ago. Would you mind telling us one? Suppose I could tell you a bit about the Baron and his former wife. Can't wait for the custom emotes soon. We just need to hit affiliate, right? We are. I think I don't have like the count here, but we are 10 followers from affiliate, I guess, something like that. You've never seen a man so in love as Master Reinhold was. I mean, also like I think the cheetah is pretty tame. Like the whole cow thingy, and I'm very, embarrassed saying that out loud, but the cow thingy was really something else, and it happened maybe like 20 minutes into the debut stream. I'm losing it. So he raised that little girl with all the love a child could want. Teddy bears as big as yourself. He really wanted to give her all the affection in the world. Where has Flora gone? Where did Pi... Okay, you have to... Okay, go on. We are listening to you. Some say Lady Dahlia put Flora on the street to keep the family riches to herself, but that's nonsense. The Baron cared about Flora so much I can't imagine that he'd allowed something like that. The grave of the Baron's former wife is located in the manor garden. I wonder who takes care of it now? Well, I think we'll see the grave. What are you doing here? It's Matthew. Good day, Professor. It has been like 10 minutes, Matthew. No disrespect, NL. No disrespect. Lady Viola's grave, sir. I was just about to visit it myself. Right this way. Wow, a beautiful statue. I can change. I guess I can. Alternate just for now. The late Baron, rest his soul, told me to keep this place in proper order, and I have tried to do so. Here sleeps Viola, my one true love. This is a beautiful statue. Really reminds me of my days when I was writing a thesis about memory. It's hard to believe it's someone else. Back when Flora was just a tiny little thing, Lady Viola used to take her to the park. Some of the flowers in the garden grew from the ones Flora planted here for her mother. Oh boy, here we go. I'm not yapping about that though, I'm not yapping about like my past life. She died when she could not solve a simple puzzle because she's mistrust the problem. So I should be dead as well. My thanks, monsieur. I'll be sure to give it a once-over later. So we need to infiltrate like Dahlia's room again, right? Got given a second chance by Dog. You get multiple strikes before. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your generosity. This is a very narrative-heavy section right here. We don't have a puzzle. I mean, reading like someone else's diary is just a bit crazy to me, I think. Like, why would you do that? Or maybe Cheetah gives you a fake death certificate +2. The craftsmanship of it is simply remarkable. It reminds me of my sweet Viola when she was alive. Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've seen her run away from it on multiple occasions. Recently, she spends more time playing by dear Viola's grave than anywhere else. I'm sad to say I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed its personality. I felt terribly forcing that change on Flora, but I just couldn't bear to see it like that anymore. Viola, there can never be another you. You were my first, my last, and my only. Change his personality? What is the Baron doing? I collapsed some days ago and have been bedridden ever since. I feel as if I have failed Flora as a father. I can only hope that when I am gone, the people of the village look after Flora and care for her as I did. It seems I am not long for this world, and the time has come for me to say goodbye to my little Flora. I've left everything in Bruno's care now. Flora, I pray you find happiness in this life. I have disclosed the location of the secret place in a note that I've left with an old friend. It is my most fervent hope that the seeker of the golden apple finds it and grants my dearest wish. Do they know? Baron Reinhold, old friend, we must seek out this person, Luke. This is a beautiful BGM also, but like a lot of Layton music, to be honest, it's such a wonderful game in terms of series, in terms of atmosphere. There's just something so cozy and slightly melancholic and sad, and I like that a lot because I like, sadness, I guess. Let's do some leg work. Being sad, but, not like in a miserable way. It's like you cannot know happiness if you don't know what being sad is. And this is just, tinges of sadness, just, hues of sorrow in a broader picture that is happy. So I think like being sad is important. I've always thought so, at the very least. The same way you cannot know success if you don't know hardship. Like, life is a struggle. And to struggle is not a bad thing. Like a wistful feeling, yes, I think so. Wistful, slightly sorrowful, nostalgic, melancholic, but never delving into it, never being, I don't know, you have to get out of the sadness at some point, but like bathing into it a little bit is fine. That's yourself to yourself during the weekend. Oh, look who it is! Professor Layton, was it? I swear I'm resting, I'm trying to rest, but I have like so many things for the pilot episode of A Leaf of Their Books. This is not my fault. I'll challenge the sadness to a fist fight. I'm cuddling the sadness. I love Professor Mia. Some nostalgic melancholy doesn't have to be crushing despair. Sometimes it's important to let yourself be sad, to mourn, and to remember things that have been lost. I do agree. We do see the world in, with the same eyes with Callie, and that's why I enjoy Callie's presence a lot, because we are very close in terms of personality, I believe. His friends, well, he wasn't exactly what you'd call a social butterfly, plus cry. Don't cry. Or maybe cry, but like you don't have to be sad, in the sense that you don't have to let yourself be enveloped by sadness completely. It's okay to be sad, but it's like good tears, right? There are good and bad tears. Having media affect you emotionally has a neatness to it, like something made me feel this specific thing way. I do agree. I'm very emotional in general. And very sensitive, I guess. Sensible, sensitive, whatever. And I do feel good when I'm crying because it makes me feel alive, like I'm still in touch with emotions. You should agree sharing one eye. You really want your +2s, right? Zapone fellow pay a visit to the mansion a few times. That gentleman with the fancy little moustache, we should ask if he knows anything. Yep, colleague. I said I live for the art, and I respect the grind. I mean, again, I'm saying it again, but you have a good track in terms of +2. Do we have other things? Other puzzles to do before we need to... Lady Dahlia sure is gorgeous. What a stunner, what a vision. I mean, for me, like, you're blind. With those type of like glasses, you are blind. So what a vision feels like a little bit, I don't know. I can't keep up with them. I mean, Rani is just in a universe of their own, so... I'm sure there's some Buddhist quote about the only way of getting what you want is not looking for it. Imagine in your mind. So true. The day we are going into like Buddhist yapping, this is like over for the stream. I'll take a good effort second place. You are like an incredible chatter, to be honest, Secret. I won't lie. As you come to the village hall, I strongly advise you to follow the procedure and solve this puzzle. I love puzzles. Someday there won't be none anymore. Not be any anymore, I mean. Odd equations. Equations, you mean? So is this like... This is not an equation. I mean, this is an equation, but... It's just that numbers are a social construct, right? sadly have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I need to leave early. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope that everything will be alright with the doctor tomorrow. So bye-bye. Have a good night. Oh my, it looks like someone has been writing nonsense on the blackboard again. It turns out, though, that under certain conditions, these strange equations are actually correct. 8 minus 6 equals 2, 8 plus 6 equals 2. Assuming that the above to be true, what does 7 plus 6 equal? This is again... Is this a modulo? It's not, right? Because you're 14, so it's not a modulo. It would not be the same without you, Sigrid. It would not be the same with, you know, anyone missing. Like when someone is missing from stream, from in the chat, I'm always very sad. And I just hope that they have a good day. Because yeah, we have so much fun together. And I think we really, as I said before, created a very neat thing. And well, May was saying earlier that it was very cozy being here. And I think it's, you know, part of the collective experience of streaming. I'm the streamer, but you are the chat, and this is very important. It would not be the same with the spam bots. I miss them. They have not been here for a while. This is true. I mean, we had one maybe last week, I think. Okay, so this is not a modulo. How can we solve this? The 7 is like... those numbers must mean something else. Like 7 is not like in the numbers above, so it has to be something non-mathematical. Oh. Right? And so you have... so it's 1, right? 1, I mean.
There we go.
I'm solving the puzzle and giving like no explanation. It was
success.
an H, yes. I could have drawn like a D if you preferred, but D in like Jikang. That's what I mean. Please vacate the premises. You don't tell me what I can do. Okay, I'm leaving. Okay, I understand. You don't like me. Nothing good can be said about that tower. I heard it's really scary. You should stay away, see? Okay, you don't have anything interesting to say. Are you like... Great puzzle, but I couldn't find anyone to tell it to. Well, let's show me your great puzzle, I guess. Flower garden. You can decide to rent some space in a flower garden, informing... Oh, but did we change the... Why is it... Oh, because we changed. I was not looking at the stream, but this is like the correct screen setup for Layton. It's just that I forgot that we changed the places of the screens when we were playing Kirby last week. So you decide to rent some space in the flower garden, informing the owner of the garden that you need enough space for 12 plants. He tells you that there are 4 suitable allotments available. The rent for each allotment is calculated by area, but on top of the rent for the 12 plant-sized spaces, there's also separate charges for the fence around the whole allotment. With that in mind, can you tell which allotment has the most expensive rent? So we are just searching like the... All of them are like... I'm with you. all of them are 12 in area, right? No, the tiles are the same, right? We are basically searching what is the longest perimeter between them, right? Yeah, I think they're the same. So we just need to count like the. I understand why nobody wanted like to hear your puzzle, Pauli, because it's trash. It's garbage. It's not a puzzle. Well, intuitively, I would say like it's the longest one, just because we are close to a 1 by 12 rectangle, which is like the longest shape you could do. My cat is awake, so you can hear my cat. Yes. I think it's D, right? I'm not counting like precisely, but
There we go.
just cutting like the vertices in my head.
Another puzzle solved.
This is not a puzzle. This was like... I think you cannot make D even longer. Oh no, because... Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like if you have like a line, it will be the same perimeter anyway. You can make turns as long as it doesn't change like the fact that it's a line. If you made it horizontal, it would still have the same size. Yes, you are right. You are correct, yes. Making a turn doesn't change the length of the fences, of the perimeter. Which is kind of like intuitive mathematically also. Because no, let's not go into mathematics again, like deep mathematics. It's interesting, but maybe we should play the game. I was ready to tell you the answer and everything. What doggy? Who are you, Pauli? You should take your medicine and maybe sleep a little bit. I think you're lacking some sleep. Go away. Adria. Want to rest for a minute and solve this puzzle? Well, let's do it. Which job? 2 companies have put out help wanted ads. Aside from the information below, the 2 companies' offers are exactly the same. From a purely financial standpoint, which one should you work for? Company A will pay you 100. So I guess they change it. This is not in yen, right? Else you will. Company A will pay you 100,000 a year and give you a 20% or 20,000 raise yearly. Every 6 months. I mean, what are we doing? We just need to, don't threaten with a good time solving puzzles. I mean, in here we are just basically, we need to calculate the... I don't understand, because like, from a purely financial standpoint, that doesn't mean anything. That financial standpoints at what period? Like after 1 year, 2 years, after like an infinite amount of time? Because we can just calculate like the rate of growth, and this is basically a derivative, right? But you get like a 20% increase. You get a 20% increase every year with company A, and with company B, you get... you get a 10% increase. But then it's fixed, right? Yeah, because they're raising you at a fixed value. This is not a rate, so that doesn't work really like this. Is it just like a matter of doing like some additions? Because on your first year, you'll gain more from Company B, right? And this, because like, it's a fixed amount of raise, Company B will always be better than Company A. They sure? Am I crazy?
Luke, here's my answer.
Again, this was not
Every
a puzzle.
puzzle has an answer.
Yes, exactly. Like, you always a little bit above, because you basically get your raise at the 6th month twice, basically. Whatever. Don't even think about it. Just let's go. She's planning to keep the fortune to herself when it's found. A house plan, it feels more Layton than Luke. Good day, fellows. Did you ever track Don Ramon? Indeed we did. Indeed we did. Thank you for your assistance in the matter. Why not take a load off and rest for a bit? Is something the matter? Oh, you want again, like, okay, let's go. $60 picarats? And you want 8 and 8. This doesn't work. This is stupid. This is stupid, I think. Because I... Or can I... Because I can make 3 here. But then... I can make 6 on the middle. Does it work? Or do I need to... Oh yes, and then I can do one. What am I doing? No, it works, because then I have... Okay. Do we have to bring out the math? No, there's no math needed here.
Every puzzle has an answer.
I don't have any explanation, like, there was no yap involved in this puzzle at all. 15 moves, we lost by 2 moves. I'm losing it. A genius. Do you have another puzzle? Because, like, you had, like... Oh, a bouquet. This is, like, for Layton. I love flowers. I wish I could have more flowers, but, you know, with a cat inside a home, it's not exactly a good idea, I guess. Another puzzle. Another puzzle. Apples to oranges. I guess it's not the same. Some careless delivery man loaded 2 shipments of fruit into the wrong warehouse. As you can see in the picture below, the oranges are currently in the apple warehouse and vice versa. Can you correct the mistake and put all the fruit in its proper all the fruit in its proper place? Cat better than flowers. Yes, and do we have to compare them? She's confused. That doesn't work. Again, this is like not a non-yapping puzzle. I'm very sorry for that. There's just nothing to say about all of this. Don't even check about the number of moves.
Luke, here's my answer.
A man traveling across a field encountered a tiger. He fled, coming to a precipice. He caught hold of the root of a wild vine and swung himself down over the edge. The tiger sniffed at him from above. Trembling, the man looked down to where, far below, another tiger was waiting to hit him. Only the vine sustained him. Mice, little by little, started to gnaw away the vine. The man grabbed his phone, grasping the vine with one hand. He listened to the streamer's joke. How funny they were. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You need to explain yourself. Are you fine? Are you having a stroke? Do we need to call for someone? You're not dying on my stream. I will have too many problems if that happens. If you want to die, die later, okay? What are we doing here? I'm losing it. I'm all out of puzzles right now. I'm like ML standing up and clapping for myself. Very true, very true. Would you say that you're a type A or type B chatter, Granny? Plus, we don't know. I mean, it depends on what your interrogation mark is. Is it like defined on the natural numbers or is it defined like on the real numbers? Ah, chess. We are starting to have chess puzzles. In chess, the queen can move to the full length of the board diagonally, vertically, and horizontally. See if you can place 4 queens on this chess board. I mean, this is a very interesting puzzle because it's not normally done with... Do you even have to ask me, Abby? The thing is, your answer is very important. You need to answer. So this puzzle is very interesting because it kind of hints to a very famous theorem, which is like the polynomial of the rook polynomial, and it's like the different number of ways we can fit like rooks in a chessboard without them, like, you know, threatening the same square twice. And we have like this polynomial that works for every n being the side length of the board, and we are basically having like a puzzle here about that, but we are playing with queens here, so it's a little bit different since we need to talk about diagonals, but those are very famous puzzles. If you have done a little bit of chess, in clubs and or things like that, you will have seen those puzzles, and you can also find them in like chess magazines, I guess. Although they are not exactly about chess tactics, but more about like learning what the pieces are doing. Anyway.
There we go. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Sorry, I just saw Zen Story Tigers and a strawberry and it just made me laugh. I'm not even clicking on the link. Chess queen problems like this one have been around for over a century exactly. So this is an introduction. So you have like 1 million different puzzles here. I don't know, stuffed chair. I don't know, Luke. Okay, give me the second one. You two were a bunch of chess fanatics. I would not call myself a chess fanatic, although I dabbled when I was younger. I think we already talked about that. I want to learn Go more than anything else. Okay. So we have the same thing, but with a bigger board. I think the rule is very simple here. You basically place like the queens in a night length to between each other, and we need to only have one per row and one per line. So this doesn't work because I have like no way to place this queen here, but like if we do that and that, I think it works, right? Yes.
There we go.
Easy.
Another puzzle solved.
There's more than one answer for this puzzle, so if you really want to challenge us for alternate solutions. But again, there's the rook polynomial gives you the answer, the number of different ways that you can fit those queens on the board, or those rooks on the board, I guess. Do you have another one? In chess, okay, this is the same thing. Arranges 3 queens on this chessboard so that no more pieces can be placed on the board. Make sure you place the pieces so that no queen blocks another line of movement. So they cannot threaten each other and they have to threaten every square of the board. In this particular scenario, you want like a queen maybe in the middle, intuitively. But if we do that, I don't think we can solve the puzzle. Because the squares that are not threatened are basically the white squares on the edge. But we can't threaten them all at the same time with only 2 queens. So we need to think about something else. Enjoy the small moments in life. Laugh at the streamer's joke. 1 versus 1 a tiger, +2. So if we play here, for example, on the edge, we are threatening all the squares around us. We have like those squares in the corners, we have like 2 squares that are not threatened. Okay, if I put you on the corner, then you will threaten on the opposite corner. There's this white square, like top left, that is not threatened, so we need to check this. And then there's a few squares here. Like this would be like... Oh, but I don't have to threaten because you are threatening on this on this column here. So if I move you here, then you're threatening here, all the squares here. I think that solves the puzzle. Easy.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Please teach me how to get twos. Okay, you have your +2. You have your +2 for this one. Okay. I think you cooked. I think you cooked hard with this one. This is also like a propaganda for the stream. This is like perfect. Your bit is immaculate. This is the last puzzle I've got for you, the last one. Don't be sad because I'm about to drop a beast of a puzzle on you. A beast of a puzzle on me? I think the tiger one was funnier. I don't know. Maybe it's like... I don't know. I think that this one is better, but... Because you really have, I think the... I don't know. How funny they were is really like fun. But like... At that moment, the viewer was enlightened. I think it hits very hard also. My cat is crazy. 80 picards! 80 picards! The fun of a coin is that there's a little bit of confusion. Maybe it's true, yes. So place the remaining 5 queens on the board so that no piece blocks another line of movement. Okay, so we don't have to threaten everything, although I think everything will be threatened anyway. The problem here is that they are putting some queens on the board already, and the question is, do we have like a single solution? You cannot be in the corner because you... Okay. Kind of locks us in adding an enlightened chatter to the custom emote wishlist. We need to make a list of what we want to do because we won't have like unlimited space spots for the emotes, right? Okay, the problem here is that we have a lot of different possibilities. It's not exactly symmetric here. But this entire section is threatened. It's like only the 3 like squares on the edges here are fine. I guess... yeah, I don't know. There's also one queen that has to be in this like column. And everything here is threatened. Okay, so you can be here or here. This doesn't work. This doesn't work, but is this better? I think it's solved. I think it's solved, right? You are at knight moves away from each other, so you don't threaten each other. You are all fine here. You are at knight distance. You're on opposite colors, so it's fine. I think that's the answer.
Luke, here's my answer.
Easy. Easy picarats.
Another puzzle solved.
Another puzzle solved. There's only one possible solution for this problem. Okay, so it fixed the solution to a unique one. You'd think it'd be more interesting if you had to place all 8 queens by yourself. I think it's less interesting because you have multiple solutions available. A chess zoo where you could watch the pieces, but they could not escape their cages. because of their movement patterns, not kill each other. A chess zoo? Where you could watch the pieces, but they could not escape their cages because of their movement patterns. Don't kill each other. I think it seems funnier than your explanation here. No disrespect. Oh, no disrespect. Check and mate. You've done it. You were chess masters. Oh, no, at all. Maybe we'll play some chess at some point on stream, but I don't know. I love looking at chess pieces in the zoo. What do you mean +2? Let me check that. Okay, yes, okay. This is funny. I think I was expecting something else, but like the way it's represented here, okay, this is like really funny. Mummy bishops. Funny. So that was your last one, right? Out of puzzles. You have the same dialogue line as your friend, as Crouton. Okay. It's still locked shut. Just when will this place open? Blah 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 blah. Do we have a puzzle in here? I don't think we do. Oh, but we probably have a coin here, although we don't really need the coins since we're not using them. You again. That cat and mouse seem to get along pretty well, don't they? Yes, like a bully and their victim, I guess. Leave it to me. By the way, have you heard of this puzzle before? 50 carrots. You're maybe cooking, my dear Luke. According to the diagram shown here, A equals 2, B is equal to 3, and C is equal to 3, and D is equal to 4. I mean, this is just the number of connected pieces to like the set pieces, right? So it's 5. Plus, I'll create maybe something at some point.
Every puzzle has an answer.
For StreamerBot, so you can have the command. Yes, okay. This was not a puzzle. This was at least this was not worth that many carrots, I believe. You were not cooking, Luke. I'm a bit disappointed. Speaking of Mao Plus, I have still not counted the Dark Souls 1 deaths from previous stream. I've tried to keep them like as correct as possible, but we have surely missed some. And you know, I feel quite sorry for you to check like the number of deaths every stream, because we're streaming for quite a long time. I'll tell you my secret. You have a secret, Lucy. It's a really tricky one, is it? 60 carrots. We are getting into the interesting puzzles right here. Each of these 5 people has borrowed money from one of the others, and each has lent money to one of the others. You know that none of them has lent money to more than one person, and none of them has borrowed money from someone that they have lent money to. So it's like a bijective function, right? In some ways, but with no repetition. Okay. B borrowed money from A. B borrowed money from A. Oh, I can't row. I think nobody cares about the non-boss deaths, by the way. The interesting part of the boss duels. Yeah, this is true. Based on the outfit, I has borrowed main money from old the Social Security Fund +2. Who did A borrow money from? A did not lend money to A. So you have borrowed from D or C. And C lent money from D. C lent money from D. And because you cannot lend money twice, you cannot have lent money to... Okay, I don't think it's worth like that many picarats because it feels like pretty obvious since every assertion, and they are all true, are like voiding one person every time. So it feels like very straightforward.
That should do it. Another puzzle solved.
This is still very easy. The flow of money. You're smart. What is your secret? I heard that all the people who get kidnapped feel a little sick right before they get taken. Feeds its victim nasty food before it pounces. Haggis ice cream with gravy jelly. There's like, the bit is writing itself, you know, without my help, so I don't think I even have to comment on this. Yo. You can like make your own bit in your head. I don't have to say anything here. I would eat salty licorice before, that's so true. You, she say. Do you have something else to say? That sounds delicious. My friend told me this puzzle the other day and just can't solve it. Well, let's do it. Let's do it, dear. Okay, how many sweets easier than the previous one? Admittedly. 3 boys are talking about how many sweets they have each. B has the most. If C gave me 1 sweet, I will have twice as many as A does. So it means that you need to have like an odd number of sweets right now. So you can be at, I don't know. Okay, but if you have an odd number of sweets, it'd be better if B gave me 2 sweets. Then we'd all have the same amount. So if you need like 2 sweets to get like to the same number, it means that you have a difference of 4 between you. If C gave me 1 sweet, I have twice as many as... So let's say, for example, you're 1. We know that you have to be 5, for example, and then 3, and then we need to check with the... If C gave me 1 sweet, so if C gave me 1 sweet and basically you have stolen everything to the poor kid, then you would have like 6, which is like the double of 3. So yes. And we need to make the total of sweets, right? So the total is 9. Everyone has puzzles and share them with each other, but nobody can solve any puzzle but you. Do they know?
Critical thinking is the key to success.
They make the puzzles and forget the answers. I'm so cooked. We already know this. You're not cooked. You're special. This is true. You could also save that way. Like, this is like an elegant way to solve it, I guess, by substitution. This is all you had to do to solve the puzzle? You had to learn substitution in like 10th grade? Being a diverse foods enjoyer is based... I do agree. I do agree. I think like, but I do believe that we have a lot in common with Siggy in terms of food enjoyment. Oh, so that was a puzzle from Adria. I see. Do you have another puzzle, or are we all right? Okay, let's talk to Zapone. Close friends to the Baron. Well, I myself had the pleasure of meeting Baron Reinhold a few times. Me? No, I was nothing of the sort. I'm a peasant. No, I don't. Or do I? What are you talking about, Zapone? It's not hard. Let's go counterclockwise. I should bring out the moldy cookies on the Discord. You should, but I've not commented further on those moldy cookies. It's just that for me, like, why would you like only mix partially your dough with like matcha instead of doing it like thoroughly? No disrespect. Not being a member of the high society myself, I've never had so much as a conversation with Baron Reinhold. Are you feeling unwell? Awful noise coming from the tower, you see. I can't sleep a wink at night. Will you disappear, Jared? Without people like Siggy, we would never have invented cheese. Yes, sometimes it's just about the aesthetics. Though at the same time, Siggy feels like one of those that do the study of how much sodas you can have to run before someone notices. I don't know, but I do agree, I think. Why would he release his victims after going through the trouble of kidnapping them? Do they know? That's evil Siggy. So Siggy by night is what you mean. A scrap of paper. I forgot that the investigation, let's say, on this game is so protracted and artificial, but blind testing the type of food of the sawdust that was added to different breads. You're watching like very strange videos, I think. The boss complimented my latest model today. He's a good guy and he's given me a new sense of purpose. I'm sure this is my true calling. I want to perfect my skills so I can repay the man for his generosity. This sounds a great deal like a diary entry, doesn't it? Judging by how the writer uses the term the boss, I imagine that he was under the employ of the Baron. I've constructed models to fit every situation. Just like the boss asked me to do, I have to smile when I see how interested he is in them. Models? Layton, I think Layton have solved the investigation from the start. Oh, but no, you have a puzzle. Very good. Find the pentagons. There's also something to say about this, right? A number of 5-sided shapes are hidden within the picture below. How many can you find? Pentagons, right? My brain went, I bet there are some type of sawdust that goes hard. I don't know what to say. Evil Siggy and good Siggy. Okay, you are Evil Siggy and good Siggy was the one trapped in the basement. Probably though. When was the switch like done? This is the question. Okay, so this is not what I want to do. There's obviously like this kind of shape, right? Yeah, and we know that we have like 4 of them, obviously. There's this also. Again, by rotation, you have like 4 more, so 8. And I guess now you just include like 3 triangles, and then you have like another shape, so it's like 12. And obviously you cannot put like 4 triangles, and you cannot do that because this configuration is like not a pentagon, so 12 should be the answer here. Current Siggy is bet Siggy, whomever she is. +2. You are very wholesome.
Look, here's my
This is
answer.
nice to see. But
Critical
hexagons or
thinking is the
bestagons, this
key
is
to
like an
success.
entire video, right? I believe this one. Was it, I don't remember on which channel it was. It was not a 3 blue 1 brown video, it was maybe a... I don't know, I don't remember. CGB Grey is so true, +2. Yes, 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 I remember now. This is really like a stream of scholars and like kind of like mathematicians today. I don't know what to say. Did you find what you were after? Never mind though, I've got something more important to talk about. Okay, so, okay, chocolate. If it's dark, okay. If it's not, -2. Chocolate puzzle. You have a hankering for chocolate, so you buy a huge sheet of 13 chocolate squares. The sheet is 5 square long by 6 square wide. You can only break the chocolate at the line that run between squares, and you aren't allowed to stack multiple segments on top of each other. Keeping those rules in mind, what is the fewest number of times you need to break the chocolate in order to separate each of the 30 chocolate squares? So you cannot pile them up, right? Scholar and mathematicians eat some more sawdust. Selecting her dating preferences. If they are white, no thank you. I will not comment on that. I think it would put me in more trouble than anything. I have like some opinions, but I will not voice them. Just DM me the +2. This is an interesting puzzle in the sense that we need like to break every square, right? To end up with like 30 different squares. The thing is, since we can only break the chocolate sheet one by one without stacking segments, every time we break one segment, we'll add 1 to the total number of segments that we have. So if we're breaking the sheet, whatever the location, will have 2 segments. And we can like break them further and further, and every time we will add 1. So we don't have to actually know how we are breaking the chocolate. What is important is that every time one more segment is added to the count until we end up with the indivisible, squares, meaning that we'll have like 30 different squares. Since we begin with one square being like the one sheet of chocolate right here, we know that we need to break, because this is the question, we need to break 29 times to get like to 13, right? Okay, don't answer. I trust myself.
There we go.
What do you mean, Yabi's ashes?
Another puzzle solved.
Why are you greeting that I've been like cremated? Exactly, we had like the same solution. This is perfect. I mean, this is not like there was another solution, but... Okay, a world map, Layton, maybe. Oh. I guess we can go out. There's nothing here. Me? Because of that sick ass burn. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Flower vase is yours. I've been keeping it nice and safe for you. What do you mean, flower vase? New. I've never seen anyone just forget something like that without shopping. Who is this person on the corner? It's like, again, when I was playing the game at like age 7 or 8, I don't remember, this was frightening. This is true. I won't say that on stream, but this is true. It's the worst. What are you talking about? You should not be allowed to make those jokes on this stream. A mystery man. -2. I do agree. Okay, give me your puzzle. The shattered vase. Oh, this is like a mandatory puzzle, so it's like only 10 picards. Ah yes, okay, so this is like not a puzzle at all. Oh, you have like a... There's one catch though. Yes, you have like a false piece.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
For some manufacturing companies, I guess we close shop. I'm impressed. I mean, if you cannot solve this, it's time to go home, I think. You need to stop, Giuseppe, please. You need to stop. This is like... Stop, please. Jigsaws are not puzzles. I mean... Not in the sense that we have been understanding puzzles since now. I mean, until now. Hungry look. I can tempt you with a puzzle. You can, my good man. Sausage thief. Sausage thief. Don't say anything, Rani. Somebody ate the butcher's sausages. Here is what these 4 boys have to say. B ate the sausages. Don't say anything. D ate them all up. I didn't eat them. B is lying. One of these rascals is telling the truth, and all of the others are, needless to say, lying. Can you work out who ate the sausages? So only one person is telling the truth. Okay, B ate the sausages. So you have been accused, B has been accused like, okay, B is lying. If B is lying, if D says the truth, then B is lying about D eating, and it should be A, B, or C. But that can't be B because A would be saying the truth. That can't be A. It can be C though. If D is telling the truth, then it has to be C. No, let's check the case where D is lying. So if D is lying, it means that B is saying the truth, and it locks us into the position where B is the only one saying the truth. So D ate them all. B ate all the sausages, but it's a lie. Okay, it works. I didn't eat them. But you will be saying the truth, C. So we are in this position where D is the one telling the truth, and it looks like C as the culprit. I hope that you have understood everything, like with me being unable to draw in the puzzle.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
Are you eating like the sausage raw? Like that? This is crazy. Are we back into the D ate them all, but maybe D ate one? No. Hello! Sota-san, thank you for coming. We are having a weird moment here. Maybe the sausages are cured like salami, but this doesn't look like... This is not like cured sausages, right? This is not right. You're pretty good at this. Somebody lives in that dark tower, no way. I mean, this is like a very elegant vase, so maybe, and kind of old school also, so maybe more Layton. What about that paper? What do you mean? That's how we eat them in the north. Raw sausage? Raw sausage? Because there's the whole thing I know in Germany about like raw meat that you put like on bread, kind of like raw meat toast, but like, do you cook your Frankfurt? You can... By Frankfurt, are we like talking about the... Okay, let me... When we talk about like Frankfurt, are we talking about these ones or not? Okay. So yes, we are talking about these ones. I guess so, yeah, okay. But this is like my thing. I don't eat them. I don't eat like Frankfurter. Anyway, going back to the game. Look at this article. It seems to be Inspector Chelmy. How odd. A brilliant detective and devoted husband. Insert Ziggy's date of birth. The raw meat sandwich. I mean, I think like it's fine to eat like raw meat like this because this is basically carpaccio also, but my problem is when people are eating that when the meat has been, not in the fridge for maybe the entire day, because maybe that's what you eat at lunch, and it was just hanging in your bag like for the entire morning, and it's like, oh, now I can eat like my raw meat sandwich, and it's like, maybe you shouldn't, because like the cold chain has been completely broken. Maybe. Do you get what I mean or not? Sorry, also, who is sending me? Okay. Yeah, no thanks. So we agree. Celebrate each successful case with his favorite treat, his wife's cakes. But we know that Chelney doesn't like cakes, or at least the Chelney that we see, so that it's an imposter among us. Layton understood. I'd say if you say you steal some sausages from a butcher, my assumption is that it's raw, uncooked meat, and that's weird indeed. Yeah, I do agree. Like, for me, like the way they were, processed, it feels like it has to be like raw sausages. It's not like a Wiener. Let's talk to Archibald. Wiener. Is it? No, it's Wiener. I'm losing it. Or is it? Wiener? Eh? No, you're making myself like... Is it Wiener? Wiener? She doesn't even know. Both? Is it both? I think you said the correctly first. It's Wiener, right? So yeah, I'm not losing it. Because it comes from Wien, right? Yeah. No, for me it was like it's not about the pronunciation, it's about like where you are putting the E and the I guess. Also, it's very dark in my room, so let me just put the light on. That's quite a search here. We know your name is Archibald. Ah, proper English. Wiener in proper English. Yeah. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm losing it. I can't focus on the game. A fine desk that once belonged to him. Let's go to Archibald's. A few pearls of wisdom on you while I've got your attention. If you don't solve some puzzles, you'll be sorry later. I know, we have been solving like as many puzzles as we could. They don't care about the German W. Yeah. Wiener, but like help. $50 carats. I did not even check the name of the puzzle. In front of you are 4 tangled lengths of rope. Mark the ones you think will form a knot when you grab them by their end and pull them taut. I mean, mark the ones you think. Okay, so maybe there are multiple of them. Winner, whiner, Wiener, Wiener. I don't know. Imagine knowing how to pronounce things. This is just a visual puzzle, like it's... You're just standing on each other, right? Doesn't... Okay. So if I pull you... Are you making like a knot on A? I'm not sure. Why not? So true. A is weird. You have to make a knot, right? Because you're going under and yours... Okay, so you have to make a knot here. You will basically... No, so D is not making a knot. A though? Is A making a knot? If I pull you, you're going under and then over. If I pull you... Is A making a knot? I'm losing it. My nemesis, visual puzzles like those, I can't. You will basically, if I pull you... Oh no, because you don't come from the same... Okay, you're closer to the... Also, the English pronunciation doesn't matter. I mean, English doesn't matter, so... We should talk like about the way Japanese speakers are like approximating English with like kana. I would say A and C, but like... What's the difference between them? White Christmas. Christmas cake. Which is basically a name to call like women that are not married over the ages of 25. It's less now the case since like it has been invented in the 80s, but like, yeah, Christmas cake, I mean, not very nice to say. I don't understand like what's the difference between like A and C, but like for me both are making like a knot, but if you pull this way, is it making a knot or not? I'm losing it. And the chat doesn't care. Also, the whole Christmas cake, wasn't that related to the whole Taipei chatters? So true. But if you're a Taipei chatter and you say that you're a Taipei chatter, then maybe you're not a Taipei chatter. Wasn't that related to the whole eating KFC on Christmas, or those unrelated? Those are unrelated. First of all, because like KFC for Christmas is, yes, a tradition, but like nowadays not really. It's just that you can eat like fried things for like Christmas, but it doesn't have to be KFC properly. I think like only like 20% of people may, have really fried chicken for Christmas. And the whole Christmas cake, it's just that like you tell unsold Christmas cakes basically, and it's because like Christmas is on the 25, so like if you're an unsold Christmas cake, then it means that you're okay. What's the difference between type A and B? Type A, this is NL lore here, but type A chatters are basically people that will backseat and yes, care about the game. And type B are just here like to yap. But there's also variations where you can argue that all chatters are type A chatters. But like there are different interpretations depending on, like, as someone that spends more time, in NL comment section, I would say that all chatters are type A, but your mileage can vary, I guess. But yes, here it's like on theory a strong type A chatter environment unless we are on Dark Souls. Or that can't be because you're crossing like twice on the same loop, right? I did not even like think about what was happening. But yeah, you had like two strands of the string passing through the same loop, that they would cancel each other. Didn't you say it just the opposite? What are you talking about? The puzzle or the... No, it was not a pushover, I agree. Didn't you say the opposite? No, type A you care about like your backseating, and type B you're yapping. So that's what you said, right? Basically like type A for annoying, and type B for banter. And as someone that spent more time in the YouTube video, you said we were all type A. No, okay, so maybe that was... I confused myself, but like you're all type B unless it's Dark Souls, and then on Dark Souls you're type A chatters. We won't play for much longer. Okay, I said the opposite. My bad, I present to you my apologies, and I hope you will accept them, because I won't be able to live with myself if not. Rani specifically. I mean, at this point, it's not like Rani being a type A chatter. It's like they are forced to help me because I'm relying on them too much. I'll send you the apology form. Apology stream when? Okay, so let's check the desk. There's nothing in here. Oh, a paper? A cross? It may point us in the direction of the golden apple. We'll continue just a bit to get to the 3 hours, and then I want to raid May. That was in the chat a little bit before. I need to open also my stream manager to do that, because I don't know how we raid people. First raid. Yes, we talk to each other on... Well, talked is maybe a lot, but like we exchange messages. cordial messages on Blue Sky. So we'll raid May, I believe. I'll stay in her chat a little bit, and then I'll work on a few things. Perfect raider. By the way, you were not here before, right? If it isn't you again... Well, puzzle. A broken window. 4 children were playing, and one of them threw a ball right through your window. Here's what they had to say for themselves. It's not me. I didn't break a thing. B, it's okay. I'll tell the truth. I broke the window. It's not A's fault. He didn't do anything. B didn't break the window. You know for a fact that the child who broke your window is lying. However, one or more of the other children are lying as well. Can you work out who broke your window? If A did break the window, then he's lying, and that checks out. One or more of the other children, so at least 2 people are lying in absolute terms. It's okay, I'll tell the truth. I broke the window, so B is taking the blame. Let's say B broke the window. No, but that can't be real, because you cannot tell the truth and having broke the window as well, since you have to be lying. So B cannot have done it. B didn't break the window, so you are telling the truth as well. It means that A and C are lying. It's not me, I didn't break the window. And it's not A's fault, so this is A. You have to be the culprit.
Here's my answer.
We can't go back to this beat, please.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Make sure you give those 2 a good scolding as well. I mean, yes. It's like they played baseball, Yaku. This is not like British Field. Shut up. Oh, I thought you had another puzzle. It seems that destiny has decided again. Will you triumph, or will the gaping maw of fate swallow you whole? What are you talking about, lady? The wire cube. The wire cube. You want to create a cube out of metal wiring using the fewest number of wires possible. You can bend each wire as many times as you like, but no portion of the cube can have more than one length of wire running over the same edge. Don't worry about how one wire will connect to the next, because you'll use a soldering iron later on. What is the fewest numbers of wire required to complete the task described above? We have talked about this and how you can like draw a shape only if all the intersections have an even number of lines coming in and out of them, except for like the start and the end. It's kind of wild how I've made it this far and not broken more than 2 windows. So you have broken 2 windows. You have to tell us about this sometimes. So we just need to count the number of... We have like 8 edges that are free, that have 3 lines, 3 vertices coming from them. So because of that, we know that we have to divide that by 2, and that gives us the number of wires that we are using. So I don't even have, I believe, to solve the exact way we are putting those wires, which is we can just say that we need 4 of them.
Luke, here's my answer. Another
puzzle solved. This is a good session for puzzle solving, I believe. I can't believe you solved it. It was meant to be. Calamity follows you everywhere you go. Try your best to stay out of harm's way. Thank you, lady. Okay, I guess no. Nobody is here. Nobody is here. We can go back to Beatrice. So Beatrice is the innkeeper, I mean. So what happened? And we'll end probably the stream on that. Welcome back, Professor. I've been so looking forward to your return. Listen to this. One of the guests here just performed a dozen dash routine on me. I'm a businesswoman after all. How can I run a business with scoundrels running out on their bill like this? You! What are you doing? I mean, if you appear like in some clouds of smoke, I wouldn't be, very happy either. Evil. We'll find him later. Is that all? That's all for now, I believe. No, Luke, I wouldn't say we are without any leads. My boy, I think there's a place in Saint Mystère that every villager has warned us to stay away from. The tower, Luke. Obviously the tower. That is for next time, though. Let's search the road north of the market for a route to the tower. Okay. That is for later. Did we have like a productive stream? I don't know. I felt like I yapped a lot, at the very least. But that's all. Nice BGM also. We'll save here. And I'll make a named save as well. Layton. Main save here. Okay. So that's basically it for today. I want to I want to raid. How do I do that? Why is it? I'm not using the stream manager very often, so I need to check how we do that. How do I raid people? Raid channel. I don't remember her. Okay. I need some help. I need some help. It was May Amarin, right? So, yeah, this is how technology is hard. So we are basically raiding. I did not put like a message. But let me also just like pause the game because like the music is like very loud and I want to be able to hear her. But like, okay, so if you have like some time or not, you can stay in May's chat. If you have other things to do, please feel free to do other things. I'll be raiding her a little bit. I mean, staying her chat. But also we are doing Dark Souls on Wednesday. That's basically everything that I have to say. I will continue for Anolondo, and I believe maybe we have like other things planned. We need to run, things. Think about that with Rani, and we can talk about what we do on Friday later. So thank you very much for coming today for Layton. Thank you very much for the chat, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.